predator accused of attacking co-workers at the Topgolf near the Las Vegas Strip, and now a major legal development.
13 Chief Investigator Darcy Spears uncovered the troubling allegations of what was happening to women on the job. Now she shares this exclusive update with us.
The former chef at the center of the sexual assault allegations has entered a guilty plea in Clark County District Court. The plea resolves 3 criminal cases against Silvino Hinojosa, 2 of which involve conduct allegedly condoned and covered up by Topgolf executives. 2 women who worked under Silvino Hinojosa at the high-tech driving range say the attacks happened in the kitchen.
Because they have been hurt in profound ways that will change their lives forever.
One other unrelated case involves felony sexual abuse of a 4-year-old girl. Hinojosa's legal troubles go even further. A serial sexual predator who was at the center of Topgolf's dehumanizing toxic work environment. Both he and Topgolf are targeted in an ongoing federal lawsuit. Attorney James Lee represents Sierra Williams, Elba Servin, and 2 other former Topgolf employees. The suit claims from its opening in April of 2016 to his termination in May of 2018, Hinojosa leveraged his power over female and or low-level employees that he supervised to systematically harass, abuse, and assault them, and that Topgolf accepted, enabled, and covered up Hinojosa's predatory conduct. Despite numerous written complaints, the lawsuit says Hinojosa wasn't fired until employees went over Topgolf's head to MGM, the company's landlord.
Elba talked about it being, and this is in the complaint, talked about it being like a mafia organization, like it was that corrupt. It was so corrupt that you couldn't rely on anything. It was lawless.
On August 4th, Hinojosa entered an Alford plea to resolve all 3 criminal cases. That means he doesn't outright admit guilt, but agrees the state has enough evidence to prove its case to a jury, which could convict him of more serious offenses. The guilty plea to felony attempted sexual assault of both Sierra Williams and Elba Servin and felony child abuse in the separate criminal case comes with a negotiated sentence of 4 to 10 years in prison. Attorney Lee believes the conduct Hinojosa is pleading guilty to is what Topgolf allegedly tried to cover up.
Sierra has said that it was like working in hell.
In court records, line cook Sierra Williams says she was subjected to daily sexual harassment, vulgar comments, unwelcome touching and groping, and was eventually raped in the walk-in freezer. When she reported it to a supervisor,
he laughed and said, hey, that's, sexual harassment's part of the working in the kitchen, get used to it.
The lawsuit says a co-worker who she confided in persuaded her to go to Human Resources.
She wrote it out. She wrote out what had happened to her, that she'd been trapped in there and raped. And that report was destroyed or disappeared, that there was there were no repercussions. The police were not called. Nothing happened to Hinojosa. In fact, he was promoted.
Which the lawsuit calls indicative of Topgolf's conduct across the country. Court records claim Topgolf's regional human resources manager, who's at the center of the cover-up, allowed for the hiring and retention of registered sex offenders at other venues, reflecting Topgolf USA's culture of utter indifference to sexual harassment. We reached out to Topgolf, and a representative says the company has no comment. Hinojosa's sentencing is set for late September, when a judge will decide whether to accept the guilty plea agreement. The federal civil case remains ongoing. Darcy Spears, 13 Investigates.